Spring is finally here. Yes. Well, at least where I live anyway. And did you know that there are so many words connected to spring? So many different meanings and a load of idioms as well. It's actually quite fascinating how many there are. Stick around until the end of the lesson to see how many of these meanings and idioms you already know. This lesson is perfect if you want to broaden your vocabulary and sound a bit more natural when speaking English this spring. And it's only 5 or 6 minutes of your time. So let's start with the basic meanings first, shall we? First, we have spring as a season. This is a noun. So spring is the season between winter and summer, when the weather starts warming up and the plants begin to blossom and bloom and animals become more active and come out of hibernation. So spring is often seen as a time of positivity, warmth and change, which I guess everybody loves. Also, spring can be a source of water. So a spring can refer to a natural source of water that flows from the ground, often in hilly or mountainous areas. And there's nothing I would love more than to have a cozy wooden cabin nestled in the mountains with its own natural spring. Can you imagine? Oh God, that would be so nice, but one can only dream, I guess. And we also have spring, which refers to a piece of metal with a spiral shape. So when compressed, it decreases in size, and when we release the spring, it returns to its original size. I'll insert a picture to show you. And commonly in the UK, we have something we call a box spring bed, which is a bed that consists of a wooden box frame, and we usually put the mattress on top. These mattresses usually have a lot of springs inside them, but now we have other options too, like memory foam mattresses as well. Then we have spring as a verb, which can mean to jump, leap, or come suddenly. So it suggests a quick movement or a quick change. For example, I sprang out of bed this morning when I realized my alarm hadn't gone off. So imagine just like jumping out of bed when you realize you're running late. And it can mean to appear suddenly. This usually has the structure of spring plus adverb or preposition. Here's an example with a preposition. Where did you spring from? I wasn't expecting to see you. Where did you spring from? So where did you appear from? I wasn't expecting to see you. And this time of the year is the perfect time for a spring clean. A spring clean, a chance to tidy up and organize your home or your office and get rid of things you no longer need. For example, I spent the whole day yesterday spring cleaning my entire home. Now let's look at some idioms that are related to spring and can be used to describe people. If we want to describe someone who looks really happy, confident, and full of energy, we could say that they have a spring in their step. A spring in their step. For example, he greeted everyone with a spring in his step, eager to start the meeting. It's like they're almost skipping or bouncing instead of walking because they have a spring in their step. You could also describe someone as being as fresh as a daisy, as fresh as a daisy. This idiom is used to describe someone who looks fresh or energetic, vibrant, similar to a newly blooming flower in spring. For example, after a good night's sleep, I woke up as fresh as a daisy, ready to take on the day. So I felt very fresh from a good night's sleep, as fresh as a daisy. And if someone or something is a breath of fresh air, it means new and exciting. It describes someone who is refreshing or revitalizing, just as a cool breeze feels fresh in spring. For example, meeting her for the first time was like a breath of fresh air. It was something new and something exciting. If we say that someone is a spring chicken. A spring chicken. This refers to someone who is young and lively or youthful, much like how spring symbolizes new beginnings and growth. However, this phrase is often used in a negative form, as in saying that someone is no longer a spring chicken, implying that they are not as young or energetic as they once were. For example, at 60, he's not exactly a spring chicken, but he can still outwork anyone in the office. And if something springs to mind, it means it quickly came into one's mind suddenly. For example, when I think of great actors, one name immediately springs to mind: Benedict Cumberbatch. So this idiom isn't used to describe someone, but I've included it anyway because we often use it in conversations. So that's like the light bulb effect, when something just, lights up in your brain. Now it's your turn. Let me know in the comments if you know any other words or phrases or idioms related to spring. It can be something simple or more advanced, but by sharing your knowledge, you contribute to helping teach others on this platform and in this community that we've built. But for now, take care everyone, and don't forget to let your spirit bloom this spring. See what I did there? See you next Friday. Take care. Bye for now.